What's going on, MingWatch? I'm Sunny Wang. Well, it started with cars first. When I was a teenager, my father, my uncles, they were all really into cars. They were big into JDM, and we were living in New York, Long Island, New Jersey. You know, in the 90s, in the US, modifications and modifying cars was a huge thing. And then my father and also my uncles were really into it. I learned how to drive on an RX-7, 1995. Yeah, I was only like 13, 14, but they taught me how to drive. And then I also learned how to drive an E36 M3. That was the first Euro car I've ever driven, also my father's. So I grew up around cars. And it was actually my uncle who gifted me my first watch when I got into college, because everyone thought that I was never going to get into college. Yeah, I was a bad boy, and they were all surprised I got into college. And my uncle, he was the one that got me into all the, like, you know, the big boy toys, and he gifted me my first watch. So yeah, that's how it started, and then it hasn't stopped. I started with just studying online, but I think with anything you need proper guidance, you need mentors, you need good friends, you need a community, so you have to make new friends. And I was very lucky that I had a mentor in Taipei from a place called Watch Art. Everyone just calls him Wang Laoban. Tsang was the store name. And he's a huge collector. His father was actually named Wang Yongcang, I believe. And he was one of the biggest watch collectors in Taiwan. And he would see me kind of go through different watches, different stages. And one day he kind of just brought me into his office and he was like, hey, you know, you're making some silly mistakes. And I'm just like, okay. And he's like, hey, quit spending your money on these things and buy these. He's like, so he was the one that actually kind of brought me into the watch game. And then I also had a crew of friends in Hong Kong, which is VR Hong Kong, because I really started to like vintage about 10, 12 years ago. And a couple of those guys, Jim, Aming, and then all these guys kind of just took me under their wing, taught me more and more about vintage. So, you know, you go through phases. And then I got into modern, and then I kind of went back into neo-vintage, which is kind of like the 80s and 90s, more like modern classics. But now I'm just kind of a bit of everything. I love just watches in general, but I'd still go through different phases. And it's just nice meeting different people with more knowledge, because you're always learning something. Because watches, it's like the deep ocean. It's very, very, very dark abyss. So yeah, once you're in that rabbit hole, you don't come out. EWC started because of EMC. And also we originated with cars. And you know, YouTube was a big thing about 4 or 5 years ago. It still is a big thing, but not a lot of celebrities were, you know, uploading videos or content, and I just wanted to share my car passion. I had a couple car projects, and I felt like throughout the years I never documented any of my car projects, and I felt like it was such a waste, because I would finish a car project and then I would sell it. So my best friend Ryan and I were like, hey, you know what, we might as well just make some videos, upload it, see if people like it. And we realized as a celebrity you need to be more well-rounded. You can't just be like, okay, I'm only an actor. You know, we have to grow with the times, especially nowadays. You know, everything's just social media. So it was also something for people that follow me can see a different side rather than just watching my film projects. So it started with EMC, and then, you know, another passion of mine was watches, and I just wanted to talk about it. So with our empire because we also have Empire Management, Empire Entertainment, and also for ocean conservation, Empire Aqua. It only made sense for us to just do Empire Watch Club. And it's just a platform where, you know, watch lovers, watch nerds. But most of it is sharing my own passion. So I do have my own POV in the channel. So, I mean, it's turned out quite well, and we've built up a very nice community. Everyone's really amazing, and along the way you meet so many different people from all over the world. And you know, with cars and watches, it kind of does go hand in hand, and the passion that people have in their lives, it brings everyone together. So it's just a joy to see it coming into fruition. Yeah. So yeah, I got her first watch, which was an Elsa watch. It's a Disney watch. She loves it because she loves pink and she loves Elsa. So that's kind of like her first watch. But I mean, as parents and our family members, they did buy her a couple nice watches. And then maybe when she turns 18, when she becomes an adult, we'll pass that on to her. As far as my watches, I'm not sure. You know, they come and go. Collections always come and go. We'll see when she's older. I'm not thinking too far ahead. But I'm sure all my wife's watches will eventually go to Katy, so we'll see. Well, in 3 years, I hope that I will still be making really cool, dope gangster films. If I could be, you know, if I could be in some 警匪片, that would be even better. And yeah, I think if I can take EMC and EWC to the next level. I really want to open up a showroom. I really want to have like a flagship store. And I want to turn that into a real business, like a long-term thing. And I think I want to start to get into production.